So how do you know if your website needs privacy policy, terms and conditions, or a cookies policy? I'm going to give you a very quick rundown of a couple questions you can answer, and this will tell you whether you need them. So the first thing is, do you own a business of any kind? Do you have a website that you run? And the third big thing is, do you collect or track any information on your users on that website? If you've answered yes to those three questions, you for sure need privacy in terms and conditions. Cookie policies vary based on what's actually installed on your website and how your website is using cookies. Sometimes you don't need a policy for that. A lot of times businesses do. The basic deal is the privacy laws in the United States right now are mostly being handled at the state level. And what's happening is their aim is to prevent companies from taking users' data without notifying them of what the data is and what they're doing with it. And it's really just there to protect the consumers and the website visitors from having their information unlawfully taken and used or sold and those kind of things. A lot of people believe this only applies to big corporate businesses, but it's not true. Small businesses are just as much on the hook for these kinds of policies as the big corporate companies. At Muletown Digital, we have both and always recommend that we have privacy in terms and a lot of times cookie policies in place. Just a very quick rundown. If you're thinking about this, if you're not sure if you need it, I'm going to say most likely if you have a website, you need it. The big deal is there are laws floating around right now that just asking a user to fill out a contact form on your website and not having a privacy policy is enough for them to sue you. And those lawsuits are running anywhere from $2,000 to $7,500 per user per infraction. So you can do the math really quick and figure out that you do not want to be on the other end of one of those suits, large business or small, but particularly small business owners have this theory that nobody's going to pay attention to them because they're too small, or maybe your business only gets 50 visitors a week or something like that. And you think it doesn't matter, but it does. And you can get caught up all the same. And to be fair, it's much harder for a small business legally to protect themselves in a suit because lawyers are expensive for small businesses to use to protect. So you really want to try to mitigate and get in front of these things before they're a problem. So at Muletown Digital, we have partnered up with a company that this is literally all that they do is privacy, terms, and cookie. We have auto updating policies. We know how to set them up for you. We know how to keep an eye on them to make sure that they're legitimate. And so if you need help, this is absolutely something that we can help you do. If you are a Muletown Digital customer already and you don't have one of these, you really need to talk to us and we really need to get you set up so that you can be protected. If you're not a customer and it's something where you're like, hey, I've got this website, it's on Squarespace or Wix or whatever, and I don't know what to do. I think I need these. Please reach out to us. We'll be happy to help and get you set up and get that rolling and get that protection in place for you. Do the right thing here. Protect your business. It's very inexpensive to do, and it potentially can protect you from massive suits, and it just keeps your business accountable when you're just doing the right thing, right? These laws are meant to protect the consumer. You don't want to be that business that's stealing people's information, even on accident, right? You want to know, you should know when they send this form, like what's happening? Where does it go? Is it being stored? Can they delete it? There's a lot of questions around that I think a lot of us just don't think about. But when you really consider the implications, it is a big deal. So let's do the right thing, get privacy, terms, cookies, and all those things in place and protect yourself and protect your customers. Thanks.